Alright, meeting comes to order. And I'm looking for a motion to sign the minutes for last meeting.
I make a motion to sign the minutes for last meeting.
Alright, moving second, we through and sign the minutes. Was that Jim? Yeah. Alright, motion that we, approve and sign the December 4th warrant.
I make a motion to approve and sign the December 4th warrant.
All in favor? That's the only place to wait. Tell everybody to leave, so people are free.
This is good to be, this is less than a month.
Please silence all your cell phones.
Russell.
That's the only one we got.
I think it is. I approved it. That's all I could see. But that's payroll on that. Maybe not.
I don't think it is.
We voted to do it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been done.
Yeah, we never told them.
Well, we'll have to tell them tonight.
Yeah. Maybe we better look back. Daniel, can you look back when we voted to get Randy raised?
Yeah, I told,
What-
did not reply.
No, it doesn't look like it has.
Okay.
And if it hasn't been,
Retroactive.
we retroactive it back to them, yeah.
Yeah.
We thought that.
Well, he deserves it.
Yeah, he does.
for me, I did.
Well, kinda.
That could be a minute. Don't wait for me, I can do 2 things at once.
Yeah, she can look at it. All right, well, he's looking at that, we'll continue on. Jim, you all set then?
All set,
And the rest of it, okay. We're gonna do this business, Mr.
Yes.
You may address us if you'd like.
Would you like me to come up?
No, that's fine, right from this.
Okay. I came to talk to you about a hearing that I have going on tomorrow in Portland. And it relates to the tax situation that's been ongoing. I'll try to keep it brief. I have fallen into arrears with my payment plan. I'm sorry if my speech is altered. I had a stroke this summer, and I ended up with some other unfortunate news that went along with it. I'm not to ask if you feel sorry for me. I'm here to talk to you about, I put together a couple of investors, family members. We're approaching the court tomorrow with the entire past due balance in the plan, being a check has been written for $30. And I'm going to meet that with another $13,000 that I've generated in cash that would fully satisfy my tax debt with the town of West Falls. So I'm hoping, my concern in coming here tonight is that I am, coming up with this $13,000, and I'm worried about some detail popping up tomorrow, like it's actually $127 more than I've got, or something like that. If this goes through tomorrow, you'll be paid in full for the taxes that I've owed on the property. But if it doesn't go through, it's going to be a disaster for, I fear, all of us, but especially myself and my son. I'm facing some serious medical situations, a degrading of my arteries in my brain, and I'm just telling you that because I have an uncertain amount of time left to straighten out a lot of things so I can hopefully pass my property on to my son. The recession, I've already sung this song to you before, but it is the truth. The recession kicked me down a few flights of stairs, and I have not been able to recover as fast as I might have liked. The future around the corner, if I can get over this hump, looks considerably brighter as my electrical contracting company that I work for has told me that they're going to subcontract all of their voice and data cabling to me starting the end of December, the first of the year, which would mean I get a raise from $16 an hour to roughly 50 to 60, which is the going rate competitively for that type of work. So I think going forward, if I can put a lid on this unpleasant chapter of my life, some of which I am responsible for, I made an incredibly bad decision right before the recession to build a house. I can't say that I didn't know better, but I thought, given that my business had been successful for 12 to 14 years, that I would be able to take care of what came along. I was completely wrong, and I've only seen things back to some sense of normality in the last 9 months or a year. Things seem to be going okay. There's work to do, and what with the contracting, I really think I can make some ground. Starting very soon, but the noose is around my neck, and it will be there tomorrow morning. And I'm just hoping I get, whereas you're going to get paid if this goes through, I'm hoping that you can just walk me through the final mile here and go along with this. I believe I can come up with the entire amount, $13,100. I've got 13 of it figured out right now. Like I said, it's this unknown element that I fear could come up during the discussion tomorrow. So that's what I'm approaching you about.
thinking on this, you're the tax man.
You're in bankruptcy now.
Yes.
Lawyers told us, we can't do nothing for you right now, because of the bankruptcy stuff. So we've kinda gotta walk away from this tonight. Not much we can do. You owe around $32,000, I believe it is, for that taxes. And you're telling me you're gonna come up with 13?
No, sir. What I'm saying is that the plan covers all of the amount of the taxes. The part of getting out of this situation is to pay the town of Baldwin in full. That's what we're proposing to do. Now, 13,000 of that is outside the plan for Jay to fix. And I have just about 13 of it taken care of right now. So again, it's the whole amount of taxes, and it's the last unknown exact figure that I'm concerned about. So I'm certainly not in a position to ask any favors. I came here to tell you tonight that I had found a way to pay the taxes. And I was hoping in my dreams that you, given my situation, that you might be able to talk to the attorney and say, you know, he's got 13,100 out of the 13,167. Why would we not see the sale through? Because we're all going to get paid. The town of Baldwin and all of that.
I think the best thing for you to do, in everybody's concern, is you gotta go see what tomorrow brings. And we go from there.
Tomorrow will bring the end of that plan. I don't mean to push, I'm just saying that there's a finality to this. They've talked in general terms about this 13,000 that I owe the town. And most people would be, oh great, I found 13,000. I'm kind of the pessimist that worries about what little detail is gonna walk into the room and go, nope, you need $67 and you don't have it, and you're done and you're homeless with a 12-year-old. So that's what the drama is about. I don't wanna be homeless with a 12-year-old with a reduced life expectancy at the end of 9 years. I mean, that's what's really going on. I brought you the proof from Maine Medical Center. If you need to see it, I'd be glad to show it to you. I'm fighting for my life here in every way, and my son's. I found the money. I want to pay the taxes, and I want to move forward with my property in the town of Baldwin and change the whole ball game to a guy that has a job and can afford to pay his expenses. I'm not trying to play a violin. I'm telling you the truth of the situation. And I'm just hoping that maybe a word with your attorney about what we've talked about. You know, if this guy's like $57 short, why would we say no to this? And then what happens? You have to take my house, and there's other people who want it. And the solution, I feel, for all of us, is to let the sale of the property go through and everybody gets paid. I was just hoping to reach an agreement with you folks tonight about the best thing is for everyone to get paid. That's what I want to see happen. I want this over and done with and move on with whatever's going to be the rest of my life. It doesn't seem, I mean, I want you to get paid. I want to keep my house. I want to give it to my son. This is a real big deal to me. And the other side, who knows what's going to happen. I'm going to lose my kid because I don't have a place for him to stay. That's it for me. I mean, I'm done with the house. And the stress, the hypertension, and blood pressure, and on medication, if I can reduce my stress level, I can get through this and continue on working.
We're all with them lawyers.
Yeah,
I mean, our hands are kind of tied on
Yeah,
this.
I was thinking that hopefully maybe a quick call to the lawyer about that Jay Richardson thing. He has found the money. I'll talk with him myself before the hearing tomorrow, if possible. I'm sorry, guys. I'm fighting for my life here. The recession killed me. I mean, I know that But my brother works at Maine Med, we got a check every week, and I was a contractor. There is a major difference between those two. Men far smarter than I were thrown into a dark black pit over it wasn't just the recession, it was the length of time that it went on. I mean, 9 years.
That's right.
And I'm just now starting to see some light around the corner. It's so upsetting to have people look at you and make judgments when, and obviously to be made, it's my obligation to pay my bills. So now I found the money, they pay my bills, and it would really mean a lot to my boy and I if I could just get your attorney to say 13,100 takes care of it, we're okay, let's move ahead. I'll sign any agreement you want about the $100 or $200 or whatever it is, no problem. You're gonna take my house if I don't.
I think the attorney is probably, our attorney is probably he's looking at it the same way we are. We gotta wait and see what happens tomorrow with your, with your thing in court.
Yeah.
Once that has happened, if he comes to us and says, do what you guys wanna do, then we'll work something out. But in the meantime, he's told us just tie our hands of it until whatever that hearing brings about. So I think that's where we are with that. We can't do anything until.
I understand.
You
The
know.
only thing that I had hoped that you might be able to do is to talk to the attorney, just a quick phone call and say, it looks like he's found the money. If you find that that's true, let the sale go through. If he's minus $50 or $60, that's all I'm asking.
See, I don't know I'm sure our attorney has talked to yours and. Today. So I don't know what the conversation, was talked about at that point in time. So, we'll certainly let him know that he was here tonight, which concerns that, and go from there. I think that's the best we can do for right now. And if it comes to a decision, say, we meet again in 2 weeks, and we have to come up with a decision then and vote on it, we'll do that.
Okay. So I might be able to speak in, when I'm just looking ahead in my imagination, I'm not pushing back, I'm just saying, when the meeting happens tomorrow, and I have the email right on my phone, would I be able to negotiate with him there about this small amount of money? He's going to go, well, I can't make that decision.
If he does, he'll call us and let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And would it be your intent, would you be inclined to let the sale go through so that you can get paid?
It would be on his advice, I would say.
It would.
Yep. I mean, because this is kind of, for us, is an unusual case.
Yeah.
It's something that doesn't happen on our end of it. It doesn't happen all the time. So that's kind of why we called the attorney, to see how to move forward. And we're going on what he's gonna tell us.
Okay.
So we need to know, the results of what tomorrow is.
You wouldn't have his email by chance, would you?
We might, but I don't know. I would think you probably wanna wait until you get through that before you talk to him. He may be there tomorrow, I'm not sure.
He's spoken with the attorney.
He's spoken with the attorney, so I'd let the attorneys, like Dwight says, let the attorneys talk it out.
Okay.
And then, like I say, if we have to make a decision later on, we can.
Okay.
That's the best I think we can do right now.
I don't know where you get the 13,000 from, because looking at the 7 years taxes, it's quite a lot more than that.
Yes, sir, it's $31,000.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And some change.
Yeah.
Some change that I'm worried about. It's, the part of the bankruptcy was included in the plan, the entire, like, 26, thousands of dollars. And the 13,000 with that figure equals the 31.
We're not gonna take your house for $100.
No, the court will.
That's up to them, Maya. But I mean,
Yes.
that's,
I
Not
have.
with us.
I might be speaking out of turn and
No, you're
stuff
not.
and stuff.
No, I'm not trying to be difficult, I'm just saying that the town of Baldwin, effectively in the court, they will look over and say, does this satisfy I'm just saying that I'm trying to make sure that I communicated what was going on
Yep.
and spoke with you.
Yep.
And I wanna see this passed tomorrow. The trustee is looking at me and saying, well, I understand you bring the check for all these other taxes that will be released if it's approved, this part of the 31. I'm sorry to make it difficult. The extra balance was up to me to come up with, and I've done it, plus or minus a couple $100, so that you get paid everything that you owed, and you don't have to deal with me again. I'll be on time, and not let it happen.
Talk to our attorney, I guess, is the best thing we can do right now.
Well, thank you very much for taking through that.
All right, no problem. All right, firewater is next on the agenda. Jason, what do you got on that?
Recently just filled out a grant and stuff for, some forestry equipment and hand tools and things like that, and been speaking with the state, forest ranger, the head honcho, Kent Nelson, and just small talk on the telephone, he was asking, what we pay our fire wardens, and I'm like, we don't pay our fire wardens anything. You know, one of the fire wardens is still currently on the fire department. He gets paid hourly for his calls, and he was like, well, he's like, you know, it is none of my business, but he goes, it really kind of is. I guess I'd have to find the law or whatever, but the way they've written things up is that town fire wardens are supposed to be compensated for mileage, time, and things like that. And I was like, do you have any idea as to what, you know, people will get paid? And he was like, you know, it's not a substantial amount by any means, but it's more of a, you know, a gesture from the town towards the town fire wardens for their time and things that they put in. So, I guess my opinion, thoughts on it were, you know, like Kyle Estes, the head fire warden, you know, he does the grant writing and really pursues a lot of the forest fires and stuff and things with us as well as surrounding towns. If we were gonna compensate, I kind of thought, you know, maybe start with, you know, in a sense, like I figure he's like kind of like the chief of the fire warden thing, you know, maybe $500 and give the other two, Alan and Red Thomas, $200 or $300. I guess I kind of looked at that, like we were $10,000 under budget this year with the payroll. I didn't know if it would come out of an account like that, or if you guys even wanted to humor the idea of paying them guys, or.
I'm not against paying them, but I think what we have to do in that particular case is probably put it in front of the town voters in an article.
Okay.
Which we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And, it wouldn't help you any this year. But, yeah, we could do that.
But I wanted to before I forgot it.
Yep.
It's all,
Let's try to reach the next one.
you know, I know Alan and Thomas actually, you know, at your house all the time, probably getting permits, you know, it's just, and they probably don't expect anything for it, you know, I know Kyle, none of them do, but I just thought.
Yeah. In Kyle's case, he does get paid for some of his calls anyway.
Right, yeah.
So,
Can they do it like payroll, like the regular firemen do?
That's kind of what I was
Put in
asking.
their time, so
yeah,
that
you can do that, cause you've got money enough for that, right?
Right.
they could be considered part of the fire department.
Yeah, there's like $10,000 there in a sense, you know.
Yeah, good.
But you know, I just thought, you know, Alan and Red, you know, I've discussed it a little bit with Kyle Estes, and he don't care if he gets a dime, you know, but
Right.
these guys, you know, they do put in a lot of time, and there's really some responsibility that comes behind it too. And you get, you know.
I think if he was gonna pay him a stipend, we'd have to go.
We would have to vote.
But if it's, you pay him hourly, and some mileage, it probably could come out of what you pay the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't see any problem with that, you?
No, we don't.
No. So it'd probably be the easiest way to do it.
Okay, that's fine, I can.
Yeah, yeah, as long as you get money down.
Right.
You know. Yeah. All right. Next thing we got here is sign release on fire truck repairs. So, truck that got some sand in the pump, their insurance is gonna pay, so we got a couple of $1,000, you said, to start with, and you've got that.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'll sign this thing, I'll have one of you guys. Is it back in service, Jason?
Friday.
Friday. What's today's date, Danielle? 4?
And that turned that around pretty quick then for you.
It would be this coming Friday, or whatever, but yeah.
I looked at the labor and it was 36 hours worth of labor and stuff.
But it's not easy to work for.
Yeah, I would
Pain
want
in the ass.
cut clean, you know. You know, one thing about it, it's not an ass like
You're
changing.
gonna move a lot of stuff to your pump.
Yeah.
Greenwood had offered to hire me part-time at one point. And of course, I worked on a lot of emergency vehicles earlier in my career. And I went up to the shop and watched that for a day, and I thought, nope, I guess this isn't for me. A lot of clients, you stand on your head.
The working on cranes was the same thing.
Yeah.
And you always wanted one little skinny guy in your group.
Yeah.
You always had a hole or something where you want, I had a lot of places my shoulders would infect through. And so how you gonna get there 200 wrenches? So that little skinny guy comes in pretty handy every now and then.
They're pretty disappointed they lost out on the business of fixing that truck.
They were disappointed.
That's what they get for playing games.
Yeah.
Our boys. You know, I don't, at first we thought it was a relief valve and they were just dragging their feet like doop-de-doo, like, get to it when we get to it. He called me 2.5 weeks later and I'm like, sorry pal.
So the silver in the Granite Head State there.
You're right.
It's always good to have.
Two, and they're, right, exactly.
Keep them on.
Keep them honest, it does too.
Yeah. Phil, I can hear him now.
Oh, he was too.
You think they would've won the last time?
You're right, the last time,
Yeah.
exactly. And they were good for a while, and then
Yeah.
they started petering out.
All right, good, so that's been done, so hopefully they'll follow them on again. All right, boiler repair for the town garage. What do you know about that?
Matt Sanborn came in first thing this morning and said, do you know about the boiler, the garage? I said, no. I guess it's been an issue for quite some time, and Brian called him today. They went over, and it has something to do with the direct vent. It's rusted right out, and it's venting back into itself, and it's kind of tripping itself. So they're bringing out the parts tomorrow, and they're gonna fix it. So he just wanted to, he doesn't have a quote at this point, but he says you need it, so they
It's
kinda
a
gotta
photo
fix
line
it.
may have to be replaced too. The worst for them to do is put a new boiler on, which is about $2,100. The boiler itself is okay.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
All right, we have a new employee, Public Works, we hired a guy, well, maybe you can explain on that a little bit.
Andy Weber.
Maybe what that
He's
comes
gonna
out.
start working for us and stuff, so. He'll be working with Brian and Tony. He's got some experience, so.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a new guy.
We did some interviews, and we had a couple finalists there, and he ended up being, so. Staff, we're off, I think.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Did he give his notice, you know?
Mhm.
How'd that go over? Yep. Yeah. Winter sand, I had her put on here, there was a concern that we might not be able to get winter sand out because the weather conditions came early, but from what you said,
I know it's screening
he's
today.
screening today, so we thought we might have to take and, bid out, 700-800 yards, but, because of the storms that have come, the wet weather, but, I guess he's got in there and he started doing storm digging, so that may not be a concern. He thought 800 yards shot, but he hadn't got out yet, and he was hoping the weather was gonna hold off, I guess, to do it, but, so. Apparently he's, and I'll move that on the old business road commissioner applicants up. Have we received any? Not an applicant.
I ran the ad one more time this week.
Have we had any phone calls or inquiries or anything?
I just got a text tonight asking if we found anyone. I said, nope, not interested. Nope, but I'll talk to some people.
Okay.
Said, okay.
So I guess would give us some time. I did talk to Brian a week ago, Monday, pleaded with him to, I thought that December first was kind of a deadline. But he said, no, I won't leave you hanging because he himself said, I'm behind. He said, I'm not where I wanna be yet before I leave, so he said, I'll hang tight he kinda talked to the first of the year, you know, in December. He said, I got the truck somewhere in the end, and you know, he said, but I haven't got the sand out yet, so he stayed long enough to get that stuff done. So, what I plan on doing is going over December 31st and putting it again, and say, it's gonna warm up, you can't
Be
stay the
April
rest of
before you
the
know
winter,
it.
but it probably won't work, but I'm gonna try that, so.
What about the one applicant we did get, our interest, where's that stand?
I think what we ought to, this is my personal feeling with that, if we don't get anybody interested within the next week or so, we ought to prod him again and say, are you really serious?
Okay,
You know, and if you are, then we're gonna have to consider that.
You mean the one that called us with the broken leg?
No, not that one. The one that, no, not that one. That's not the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay.
The one I'm talking about, come talk to us, I want to
Yeah.
workshop. So, I mean,
That would work.
and I think the issue that he was, is not an issue.
no, it's not, we do things right there, so, yeah, well, I think we give it another week to see if anybody really sets up a plate, which I doubt they do.
So, by a workshop,
By workshop, we should know, maybe we even have to hold off till the next meeting to actually vote on it,
okay,
but, I think that's where we are at, right now. If he's interested, so. But if somebody steps ahead and, you know, is really interested, then we're probably gonna talk to them too, so, to get everybody fair shake. All right. Scholarships are received and review applications, did we do that yet, or no?
I read down all 4 applications today.
You did?
Yep.
Okay. Any of you that?
There were 4 good kids, 4 kids that deserve, you know, each one of them I think ought to have a quarter of that. They've done, one of them's valedictorian, one of them goes to University of Maine at Farmington, one of them goes to Maine Maritime, one of them goes to, I can't remember the name of the school, East Long Meadow, Mass. The other one goes to University of Maine at Farmington, she studied to be an elementary teacher. 2 of them we gave scholarships to last year. But my vote is to give each one a quarter of the scholarship. You know, they're between $35,000, what that cost is a year, to about $57,000. So they need some money. Yeah. And if we've got it available, and these are the kids that have, you know, applied for it,
You gonna make a motion?
I make a motion, we give each one.
I'll second it.
Okay.
All those in favor? That's what we got. That's what we're gonna.
so draft up letters and you guys can sign them.
Yeah.
The Baldwin
School Fund,
scholarship
yeah.
is deleted.
You used it all? We used it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cumberland County Assessment Services sworn in as an assessor. Danielle, can you, I know you've had some discussion about that,
Yep, I was just looking at my email, Renee just sent some supplementals and abatements that we're missing, which kinda leads into this topic, so I'll print those off, you guys can sign them before you leave.
Okay.
I guess, I was talking with Debbie, I guess this is the stuff that we're concerned with, there's a lot of back and forth, with paperwork, and it gets kinda lost in the midst, like, we were supposed to sign all these 2 weeks ago, and there was 2 different times where they got missed, she thought she gave them to us, and she didn't, they got missed, not her fault, not our fault, it's just, there's a lot of back and forth. Baldwin's the only town that the selectmen are the assessors. All her other towns, she's sworn in as the assessor and does all the assessing work. So there wouldn't be, you guys would get copies of everything to make sure they were okay, but you wouldn't have to sign them and get them back. There's just an extra step. Talked with Debbie, she really likes the idea because there's a lot of back and forth with her stuff too, and it gets confusing. It slows the whole process down on things getting, cause it can only happen every 2 weeks. They can do things a lot faster, send them out from their office and it's done, you guys get copies. We like the idea, we wanted to kinda, Renee will meet with you guys, there is no additional cost to this.
There is no.
No, and she says she really likes the idea, she'd really, really like to do it, and we'll meet with you anytime you wanna discuss it. But I don't know if it'd be a special town meeting, because you guys are overseers of the poor, assessors, selectmen, it would change your title.
I guess my question would be, I like the idea and I'd like to see it done. But legally, I have a question on how do we go about doing that?
Okay.
Is it, I would call MMA and say, what do you suggest? Do you say, we wait till annual town meeting to get the change, or can we do it, can we actually make the decision to do that and hand off the assessing part to them?
Yep.
Legally? I guess that would be my question.
I think we're already doing it.
We are already doing it. The only reason this wasn't done was because when we first set it up, the predecessor was a stickler on, he wanted the control of signing the paperwork and seeing the paperwork and all of that. And I knew down deep that that wasn't gonna work, not good. But,
As long as we get copies of it.
yeah.
So we
It
know
would
what's
just
going
be,
on.
like, right now, there's like an extra step, like, they prepare it, you get it signed, they get it back, and then
And you lose the
they
paperwork.
get a copy,
I knew
we
that
get
was
the
gonna happen.
original, and it's just a lot of,
Yeah.
but it would be straightforward, it would be reversed. They would do it, it would be like 2 steps, they would do it, we'd get a copy. Right now, it's like,
That don't make
step
sense.
4, step
Yeah,
4,
I
step 4.
think so too.
So,
If we can actually do, Daniel, if you can call MMA and just
Yeah.
see if we can actually make that decision and have it legal binding that way, without having the voters of the town, and, make sure that we're not doing it illegally by
Yeah.
saying to her, please do this. I mean, we're pretty much doing it anyway.
and if you guys see something that's completely off, like, oh, that's not, there's a
Yeah.
house there, there's not, I mean, same thing.
We're gonna review it one way or
Review
another.
it anyway.
So, I think that's a good idea. So, if you could have something so we could actually vote on it, if we have to, next meeting, 2 weeks from tonight, and, but if we have to, we'll go to town meeting, and then you're gonna have to do your homework and explain that all out to people from the vote. That's where I could see you could get lost in the shuffle there. They're not gonna understand what you're trying to tell them, what you wanna do, so then they may go and they don't.
I'm sure Cumberland would come too and
Yeah,
like they did last
explain that
time.
out. So,
Yeah.
so, yeah, if we could contact MMA and just see if we can legally make that decision.
I think we all gotta stay on top of it, like, the house up on the Senator Black Road that did get assessed.
Yeah,
I checked on that today, that's been abated and reassessed.
yeah,
So that tax bill is out now.
yeah,
We did that last year, just,
yeah.
and it can easily be done again.
Right.
It's.
Now, I think this is also part of,
There was one in the paper today, it might not have been a local paper, it may have been a regional paper, where they sent the tax bill to the wrong person, and they took the town to court.
yeah,
For
I
trying.
get that, I just brought
yeah,
it up.
yeah. So, I mean,
This guy that was just here tonight, we've been round and round with him for the last year, chasing the same thing.
You're gonna be chasing that after tomorrow too.
I think so. That's why we just told them, see ya.
Well, David's got a tight handle on it right now.
Yeah, let David handle that.
I mean, I feel bad for the man.
But you can collect bottles tonight and make $67.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking too.
But you can do, I don't care, you can get 60, I mean, if I thought that would make a difference, I would pass him $67 tonight. That wouldn't make a difference.
No.
GoFundMe page.
That's why I'm thinking, we can't make a decision and tell them anything until see what tomorrow brings.
This is the second time we've gone around and around. And it's.
Where's his house?
On Hall Road, right behind Joe Rankin's. If you go to Joe Rankin's and you kept going, it turns to Hall Road from Patrick's Lane. Can't drive through there, otherwise you get a four-wheel, or a pickup truck, but you can't, this is the first neighbor's house on the left over there. They've tried all kinds of stuff to do that. Now they're saying it might be a business, the business was, you know, there was fun stuff
Well,
going
he's
in the
changed
house.
he's changed the names 2, 3 times.
Yeah. So, what's not going on, you think, figure out tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll let the lawyers.
That's right. Right. So, yeah, all right, we'll continue on with that then and, see what MMA says about that. And, I think that'll work good. All right, I think we've done everything else there, is there anything else? No. Community center update, go ahead, Daniel.
Same thing, cheerleading, days in the classroom on Tuesdays, Zumba, Tuesdays, Thursdays, everything's the same, about belt burn, they're using it the third Monday of every month. I got a call today from adult education asking, I guess they used to use the library for their bridge club, and they can't pay for the rent. She said they're short on money, asked if they could use a room. I asked when it was. She said it would be Thursday for 4 weeks, starting January 24th, 1:30 to 3:30. I said we're open anyway, we have plenty of empty rooms. It would just be like Tai Chi, they would come in and use a room. It's adult ed, they just sent us a $50 donation for Tai Chi. I didn't give them a price, I didn't think, since we're opening and it's for adult education, it's a good thing to offer here, and I said you could just use the room as long as we're open.
And I really believe that, you know, that when you do those things, that's when they've got a paying proposition will come back here.
Yep.
I mean, the director, 2 directors removed ago, didn't want anything to do with Baldwin Elementary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they didn't want anything to do with it. And so I think that's all changed.
I mean, I think the people wanna see the building be used, and it's good for the building, on top of it. And if we're here, and it's during operating hours,
Yeah, I'm 33,
that's a win-win situation.
and y'all can take a break and play.
But they did have the essential oil class last Saturday, that went really well. And she's actually a coordinator for Maine homeschoolers and asked to use a room, for that purpose. So I gave her the okay for that. And John at Short Sleeves had a pretty good turnout for her palette workshop, and she's gonna continue to do that and give us some more dates, so.
And now, when you get into the homeschoolers, does that have anything to do with when you took ownership of the building, on what there was some caveats in that?
I think it's just a meeting for coordinators.
No, with the caveats, when the district didn't want you to lease the building out to anybody that was running the school, because they didn't want competition for students.
Okay,
No, I'm not sure
yeah.
that this means that.
I can,
But you remember, Jeff, people wanted that kicked out.
Yeah.
We weren't gonna get the building if we kicked it out.
No.
But their attitude back then was, we'll sign the building over here for the approved price, but we don't want you to start school over there and take students away from us.
right, it was just a meeting for coordinators, I believe.
Okay, this is not homeschool.
It wasn't a homeschooling session,
That's
bring
fine.
kids in,
Fine,
it was,
fine.
an
You're-
adult
you're-
meeting,
you're fine.
informational meeting.
You're fine.
What about, are they waiting for us on the, rec program at afternoon?
We need a special town meeting to transfer the youth lease funds into the rec fund. And I'm getting a lot of people asking about it, a lot at the school. Teachers, parents. I just got an inquiry from somewhere in Portland that has local kids looking for it and wants to get on the waiting list. Lisa Tudor has a, director all lined up. She's ready to go, she just has to give her notice. So we're just waiting to get those funds transferred and get started.
So, what you're saying is, we should schedule a special town meeting.
Do you want to do that, or do you wanna put it in a warrant article in March?
I think the people gotta know what's going on. You know,
Because if you wait till March, that will give you a handle on getting it started, but then there will be a compensation to follow because you'll have employees. You're gonna have additional comp, insurance.
So maybe we better wait till,
You might have a better handle it, and that'll be a good way to present it, unless you ever wanna have, if you wanna have a special town meeting just for that purpose, I think that would, but I don't know if you wanna do that before March or not. It's gonna go whenever you do it, I
so
guarantee.
the funds for the youth league never got used, correct?
No,
So it's $5,000 in?
more like six.
Okay.
What's the,
I guess it's
No,
it's over $6 grand.
It's around 6. So what would you suggest, Larry, where you used to run meetings?
I mean, I've been around this lately, so Danielle would have more of a sense of what the public outcry might be than I would have at this point. Cause when you originally said something, I said, you want a special town meeting at 6:30, and 6:00, and then selectmen's meeting at 6:30.
And that's probably what happened.
What we've done in the past.
Yeah.
But if you did that, you'd really wanna put a public hearing ahead of time, another 6:30 or something.
So you might be right, you might be just as well off to wait until.
As long as you don't lose
Well, I think
anything,
there's
as long as you don't lose
a few other
anything
things
by waiting.
Lisa's gonna,
insurances and all that stuff, we gotta figure that out.
Lisa will keep Cornish going. If there's a dire need in the community, almost like an emergency, she'll kick
That's
into Cornish as the next thing, but,
For the youth league.
she's not gonna, she's gonna go whenever we're ready. But we can't have her go and not pay her, so.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in the area like it. You've got your daycares, but there's no after school anywhere. It's just nothing.
Well, man, I'm waiting for, Dwight's looking at figures here.
Well, I think we're getting the only one more.
I'll get the town report and I'll show you what's left on this list.
We can hold off until town meeting, and without somebody losing interest in not doing it, I think it's a good idea. I mean, willing to wait,
There's 34,000 in there. Usually, but in addition to what you appropriated,
3,400 or 3,000?
3,400.
Is
No
it,
showing that?
it's more that.
She's showing here 2,000.
I think that's the number, that's sitting there, that they have, because nothing got spent out.
Yeah, okay.
Plus what you already appropriated.
Almost 6,000.
Yeah.
68.
So what we need to do though, also, with the first of the year's coming up, if we anticipate on using those funds towards that, with whatever else they appropriate, we need to make sure we roll that over somehow. And go fund balance, you've lost it.
Right.
See, this is sitting in the bank for the youth league,
Yeah, right now.
not with the town, as a youth league.
Oh, I
That's
see.
in their own separate little account.
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah.
But the last $2,000 we didn't let them get.
Right,
We,
so, it's whatever they
So
have
the
in there,
so the $2,000 there that you're talking about, Dwight, would be what would.
that's the only thing we got.
plus whatever in their pocket, cause they are not, it's just left over cause nothing got done.
So that's why it's only showing 2,000 on the report.
Yeah, plus, the balance is 5,800 in their pocket. So the Landers would have to take that out, obviously.
Weren't all the questions, Danielle, about, is somebody gonna take the 5,800 and go them to see it? Wasn't that part of the question last year? When the usually broke up, what's gonna happen to their money, was the
Well, the
question.
Landers came in here.
Sure, no,
and it
but
was,
that was the public question,
right,
and the public cares about what happens to that 5,800, that's all they care.
right.
Just they know that they're gonna turn it back over to town, I think it should be fairly easy.
And they said that they were gonna give it back to the town, cause they're dissolving.
Yeah, we didn't see that yet.
No, maybe we need to see that before we proceed.
Oh, well, we don't have the money. house in here.
We gotta get that fixed.
Yeah, we gotta get that on the back.
Well, what if at some point you just vote to accept it,
Yeah, you can do that too.
$1,500? And roll it over to 2,000?
Yeah.
Then if you get the money in your pocket, I think the public would say, do what you want, because you got the money. And I think the public worries that you're gonna steal their dollars.
Well, from what I've seen around here, anything to do with rec, no matter whether it's playing ball or whether it's something inside the building or whatever, they don't never say no.
No, I agree.
Yeah, they never will say no.
But I think when it comes to money, people just presume everybody's a thief.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, this is why I think we ought to have our ducks, if we gotta present it, we gotta have our ducks lined up to do it.
But one of the ducks you might line up very quickly is getting that money into your account, not theirs.
Yeah. That's a good question for the auditor when he comes, next week. And the other question is, how can we roll this money over that's already been appropriated, that we don't want to go to fund balance? Can we do it or can't we? He would tell us, one way or another,
Without a special town.
without a special town meeting. Yeah.
You might wanna, when it gets closer to saying everything's okay, you might wanna have a, public hearing on the rec program, gauge the interest, everyone be caught up to speed on the program before town meeting, so there's not all kinds of crazy questions maybe. I don't know.
Possibly.
You could gauge the interest a little bit better too.
And if you try to do anything before the end of the year, you're pretty good.
Yeah, I know, I don't like doing that.
But you've been accused of that before.
Yeah.
Only the week after Christmas.
The only way I would ever do that would be an emergency situation now, where we actually need to transfer some funds. This isn't emergency. Okay, we'll hold off and see if we can do some homework on this and.
She was here on October 8th. And I mean, she might be the one, Lisa Tudor, or Tudor, whatever you say.
Shooter.
I mean, she might be the one to speak and explain. I mean, she's got stuff wrote down here in Vegas, but I mean, she did a good job talking to us.
Oh, she's very good.
Yeah.
Yep.
The other thing you might wanna do, Danielle, is just talk to, Ford River Road there. And see, ask them, first year's coming up, we need to know about the money that's in the pocket.
I see Debbie's board.
Yeah, okay, just chat with her about that.
Sure.
See if they can't make that happen somehow.
She's got wrote down here that ideally it would be 24 people to make this work good.
Yep.
And we only had 12 that was interested, so you think you've got more than that?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I bet you have more than that, I bet you have to shut them off.
I think so too, yeah, I really do.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it could be income for the town.
Yeah, good, over time.
What scares me a little bit is what you're gonna pay the people that work with this program, and how much is that gonna cost you? How much you gonna bring in, set a 24 kid limit, how much you bringing in, how much you gonna pay people with insurance, and get some hard numbers, so you're not losing money. Supplies.
Yeah, we need to do that homework before we have public hearing.
Which Lisa can do, I mean, she's done it, so.
Yeah. Alright. Any more business on anything else that we've talked about yet, right? You got anything, Danielle? Larry, you got anything? Fine, thank you. Russ, no? Wes?
Well, I had a little talk with the new owner on the Chin property.
Oh, yeah, enlighten us.
They gave him the property.
They gave the property to him?
Jason Manchester somehow had become friends with him and had done some favors and whatnot. So they gave him the property. He signed papers a couple of days ago, I believe. He says that they paid quite a bit of back taxes, and he's probably responsible for from back January to now. They paid those taxes. So, we talked about the ability to build on it, whatnot, and I told him some of the hurdles, and I said it'd be wrong for me to encourage you. It's probably too many hurdles, and it would not, probably discussion, but, you know, in my mind, which I've come across before, when you get a lot like this that's not buildable, not usable, how do you sell it?
Well, unless you sell it to the abutting landowners, right, Jimmy?
That's right. Somebody wants to buy it.
Who wants to give it away?
Yeah.
He gave it away once already.
I mean, they were willing to
No.
pay for the taxes, so.
So that's
But, you know,
roughly the status right now.
I'm in a process of giving some stuff away. Sometimes you give it to people that can't afford to pay the taxes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
A 2 acre lot's $400 or $500, a buildable lot. And that doesn't sound like a whole lot of money, but why? If I give them something and they can't pay the taxes.
Yep.
I took the deed and drafted it out, and I came up with about 3.55 acres. And, figured about a 10% error, 3.9, just about 4 acres. Stream goes right down the middle of it, so setback, front or back, it's not buildable. You can't do anything between 100 feet setback from the road and 100 feet from the stream, front and back, you can't do a thing with it.
With this, that's why I was talking to you, is that with this new law with the state,
Say that again?
I say with that new law from the state with shoreline zoning, where they're going from 75 feet to 100,
Yeah.
boy, I think we've got to stay with that 100, don't get caught.
Now, I talked to that about it, I said, the chances of getting a variance is changed from 100 to 75 is probably not possible.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Well, when they change the law, do they change the law on existing lots? Because, I mean, that's the issue you're often dealing with is, for example, in my house, I didn't have enough side setback. And then I refinanced the house and Mary was sick one time. And the loan company said, and then I proved that the law, there was no side setback back when I built the house in 1980. Now, there was a 30-foot side setback from the property line or 10.
And that is 10 feet side.
Yeah, but that would be my point, is, you know, you can't deal with an existing lot. When I bought the lot on the Sarah Black Road from the town, I don't have 200 feet of frontage, but I've got more than 2 acres, but it was grandfathered lot. And I think those lots that you're dealing with down by Janet Gall's is the same issue that you ended up with. Right now, they would not be conforming lots, but they were when you created subdivision, if I'm correct, Ben?
That sounds right.
About that. So I would, that would be something I'd play with. The old law was 75, and now it's 100, maybe 75 still is appropriate for that lot. I don't know that.
What I see with the planning board going on and stuff like that, to go to 100.
Yeah.
And the Nick Harrington deal up here, we did the same thing, you moved him from 75 to 100 back, right? From Cal
Yeah, 'cause
Sanford's
it was shoreline.
Yeah.
But, you know, those, beyond the planning board, those kind of issues have been settled in court for years and years and years. That, you know, you can't change laws on an existing lot.
Okay, but I can run through a review pretty quickly. What we talked about was the house that was there was non-conforming. And the fire setback, it was grandfathered, it burnt down. Now, I've looked through the ordinance again, there's 2 ifs, ands, and buts there. If they rebuilt on the same foundation, they had a year to do it, otherwise it goes away. If they could rebuild somewhere on the lot that would make the situation less non-conforming, they had a year and a half to do it. There's 2 times, but they exceeded both of them. So now our next attack is, now that the house is gone, can it be considered a vacant lot?
See that, I don't,
Because what the vacant lot comes into, there's a special exception. You can get a planning board approval for a residential structure. Back up a little bit. Since March, that's become shoreline and it's also a resource protection. You can't do anything within 250 feet of it. But if the lot was formed before the date of the new zoning and it's vacant, then a special exception can be awarded to build a
but when I sold Shorefront, I would tell somebody, you buy the cottage 10 feet from the water and tear it down. Because if you buy a vacant lot, you're 100 feet back, you can't hear the waves splashing, you can't have your sandy beach, you can't have any of those things. But you could use the existing footprint. And you take out Cape Elizabeth and those places, people pay $1 million for a house on the ocean, they tear it down. Because they want that ocean lot.
It's half the river Sebago Lake.
Yeah, they want that lot.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
And so I haven't been at it enough to know whether those changes are occurring or not, but it's always interesting.
Friends of ours on Hancock Corner.
So the third part of now, so if they could get the special exception to build on it, they need setbacks. Got from the center of the road to approximately where the stream is 180 feet. You have to go 100 feet from the stream and 100 from the road. But if you go 75 feet, you got 30 feet to build it.
So, what do you think he's gonna do?
Probably let a little time go by to think about it. I don't think he'll try to build on it. I think I discouraged him enough. He said, is there anything I can do with it? And I started looking around, I was wondering, maybe he could build a little summer camp as an accessory building.
He can put a travel,
he
he can put a travel trailer,
what's that?
he can put a travel trailer in a permanent structure.
There's two on there right now.
I don't know what property you're talking about. Yeah.
Well,
It's all those lots that you guys still own some lots down in the Innervale.
Oh, yeah.
and travel trailer RVs, in a sense of a campsite, almost permanent, still has the same restrictions as a building. You have setbacks. You can't be too close to the stream or too close to the road. So
If you talk to him again, tell him the people across the street will probably be interested in buying it.
yeah, he knows that.
You know,
They're upset with it.
That's why
They want it.
I know,
So
it's my sister-in-law.
that's a real possibility. Get aware of that. In fact, I was thinking you can get it in order to get to the back side of the property, you know, go down a ravine and make a bridge across. The neighbors, which are also people across the street, have a driveway there, and there's a covenant in the deed that he has the right of way to use that driveway to get through that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that George's room?
Huh?
Is that George's room?
No, my brother-in-law, they were gonna build a house down there. Well, they got a lot down back there, back to the brook, and they were gonna build a house down there, so they built a driveway down across the brook and.
So that's George's driveway?
Yeah.
George's got driveway there.
So you got,
So,
you all done?
For the Grange?
Yeah.
No, Grange, yeah.
You got anything else?
Nope, just to be,
Okay, I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Give us just about 5 seconds more to sign.